I tell you what, some people do not realize how well they have it on the outside. Before all this happened, I did take notice of people complaining that little things in their life, like I got to get up too early, I asked for Friday off and I didn't get it, um, only get 30 minutes for lunch, have to fight all the traffic, in the afternoon to get home. Got all these bills I got to pay, and I ask for extra work and can't get extra work. I wouldn't have to ask for extra work if I didn't have to pay so many taxes. Then you got other people that I work so much and all, and I can't get time off. All I do for the company, and I can't get time off. By the time I get home, on the days I do get off, I like to sit back and watch TV, but there's nothing good on TV to watch when I have the time. Nothing in the house is, got good snacks or whatever to have while I'm watching TV. I mean, they just complain about any and every little thing. I've noticed it before all this happened, what I went through, but I noticed it a little bit more since then, since after all what I went through. They really don't realize how good they really have it. They, a lot of them would not be able to make it on the inside. Because if they're that picky when they have their freedom to come and go as they want, let them try to sit in a 8 by 12 room with the bed, with their toilet, their sink, their kitchen table, all in that same room all day and get out only 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, maybe, as long as nobody actually in that section acts up and puts everybody on lockdown, then that can last a few hours or a few days. Had it that it was over a week that we never got out, we were in that room 24/7. Having no control over what you eat, have no thermostat where you control if you're too cold or too hot. The ability to open up the door, walking down the street to the convenience store, and get you something to snack on, come back, sit down, watch TV, drive to the park and take a nice walk, play a little bit of basketball, maybe some tennis, have a picnic with your family, be able to get in your car, drive to another state through all the traffic anytime you desire to. Things that people do each and every day. So many people out there take it for granted how well and how good they actually have it. Be able to go to a restaurant, say, I feel like I want some steak tonight, steak and baked potato and some broccoli or whatever. And you be able to get in your car and go and get that. Inside, you don't get none of that. At a certain time, they come by and open up a little flap door and give you your meal, whatever it may be. It may taste good. It may not have any taste to it. It might be like mashed potatoes, or it might be like the wall that surrounds your room, hard as a brick. They choose what you do each and every day and what you eat. A lot of people in this world on the outside needs to wake up, stop complaining so much about little nitpick things that they take for granted, and realize how wonderful they really do have it. You want to go to the mall, take a walk, or get in your car and go. Want to go to a ball game, want to go to a graduation, you want to go to church. Yes, even just church. They won't even let you go to any kind of anything like a church inside. I asked many times and I was denied. Now, of course, they'll let you have the Bible and you can read, but they limit how many books you can actually have in your room at a time. You can make requests. They'll give you a request form, but it's just a piece of paper with something that you scribbled on it, basically, because it seems like, 8, 9 times out of 10, it's like they never saw it. Nothing happens. But just the little things that we all have every day to get up, go fix your breakfast in your home, go to the kitchen, get some eggs out, grits, bacon, toast, some butter, orange juice, coffee. Fix you up a nice breakfast. Put it on a plate and take it into the living room. Turn on the TV and sit back and watch TV while you eat your breakfast. None of that we had inside. We get breakfast when they bring it to us. We get to watch TV when we possibly get out for our 2 hour rec time in the morning or even in the evening, and not necessarily it's going to be on a channel that we want to watch. Some things they would not put on the TV. Some programs they would not let us watch. So many things out here people take for granted. They want to complain about it. It's not exactly perfect to their wanting. The way they want it to be, it is not 100% that way. If them people wake up the next morning and lose all them privileges, all them rights that they have, not privileges, but their rights, I don't know what they would do. They wouldn't survive. I don't respect the rights any more I did before all this happened than I do now. I respected all my rights and my abilities and freedom that I had before all this happened. because I didn't take it for granted of what I had. And I'm glad I got it all back after the facts came out. Took them long enough, but the facts came out and proved what I was saying all the time I was in there. They just didn't want to listen. But you have to fight for your rights, regardless what they may be. The right to get in your car and drive down the road, the right to carry your sidearm, open carry or concealed, your right to vote for whoever you want to vote for, the right to eat steak medium rare or well done. So many things that so many people take for granted each and every day. I see it every day. Complain about something. Life is too short to complain about really anything. If you're going to complain and complain and complain, but you're not going to take any action to try to fix the problem, stop your damn complaining because you're part of the problem. If you're not willing to help to fix it, don't complain about it. You don't have the privilege to complain about it if you're not willing to help to fix it. I wish they would put a bypass over here and get all this traffic jams and everything on the afternoons relieved a little bit so the traffic will flow better. Well, go talk to the right people and hold meetings and whatnot and get it done. Don't just sit there and complain about it. That's not going to do a bit of good. Stop complaining about every little thing that don't go your way. It's like a 3-year-old. Oh, he hit me first. He took my toy. Have a, a hissy fit, temper tantrum. It's just a bunch of grown-up kids that didn't grow up. And sometimes when I see people do stupid things, I have to say something to them. And to this day, I still do. If I see somebody's doing something stupid, sometimes I'm like, I got to say something. Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, I just like, they're just idiots. They're just waking up and thinking, what can I complain about today? Who can I blame today? What's going to go wrong today? I'm just glad I don't have to live their life because it'd be boring, boring, boring. Just complain about things every day. So if you know somebody that just wants to complain, have a talk with them. Tell them it's just not worth it because if they're not trying to do anything to fix the problem that they're fussing about, it's not worth fussing about because it won't get changed. People complain about too much of little things and don't realize how much of a wonderful life they have, the freedom that they have to be able to basically do anything they want. If they want to get up 3 o'clock in the morning, go down to the store that's open 24/7, and or better yet, get up 3 o'clock in the morning, go to the Waffle House and have some blueberries and eggs and bacon and grits. Well, they can. But when you're inside a place like that, you can get up 3 o'clock in the morning, but you're sure not going to have no eggs and bacons and grits and waffles or orange juice or coffee. You don't have that privilege in there. And it can be stripped away from you even if you did nothing wrong, as I'm evidence of that because I did nothing wrong and they still trying to get me in there for years. But I was not backing down. I wanted my freedom back and I was going to fight for it, and I would never give up. Don't matter what they throw at me, which in this case they didn't have anything because everything just they tried to throw at me, it didn't work because they basically fabricated what little things they were trying, but I never made it to court because it just kind of withered away. uh, my attorney told him, like, if you go to court, this is what's going to happen. Pretty much, it's just like, we're going to get him for this, we're going to get him for this. That ain't going to work. Doesn't that sound familiar about somebody, hasn't done anything wrong, but they keep accusing him of something for years and years and years, different things, try to get him on something, and it's just not working? Well, that's basically the same thing. You keep throwing and fabricating things, try to get it on somebody, it gets thrown back in your face. Sometimes it takes longer to get it thrown back in their face, but if you're willing to fight for your freedom and your rights, it'll eventually happen. Thank you for watching, and don't bicker and fuss and complain like a little child about any and every little thing. Be happy. Be rejoicing in the rights and the freedoms that you have when you're not behind anything like this or in a little room like this behind me. Because it can happen to you. Somebody can falsely accuse you and you can be in there without you even knowing it until it's ready to happen. And it's no telling how long they'll hold you in there trying to pin something on you. Don't give up if it ever happens. And try to do everything you can not to get there. Don't be guilty and get put there. I mean, you can live a straight, narrow life as I did, and you still can get falsely accused. That's the way and the kind of world that we live in. Don't matter how small, how old you are, if you're male or female. If you have somebody that cross your path and they don't like you and they're going to try to mess your life up, they just want to falsely accuse you, and then the ball starts. But as that ball is rolling, just keep taking that straight pin and keep punching holes and deflate it as it goes. And eventually it'll be flat and they won't have nothing left. And you'll be able to walk across that ball and out the door and back home. Some people have bigger balls to get the air out of because it takes longer. Some in and out. I'm just hope that even though it does and has and will continue to happen, people are going to get falsely accused and get behind these bars. And some people can't take it, and they're going to take that plead to something a little less charge and be there for X amount of years, and their criminal record is garnished for life. Even though they didn't do it, it's still on their record, and it's going to affect what they can and cannot do for the rest of their life. I wasn't going to let that happen to me. I was going to fight, and I did, and here I am. Better off now than I was before it actually happened. Physically, mentally, and financially better off than I was before all that BS happened. And if you want to know more about it, go get my book. You can get it on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. Walk into any major bookstore and tell them you want it. They can order it for you. But until the next video, take care. Stop complaining about every little thing.